Hi everyone, you've tuned into Women Who Write with Gila, Nehemia, and Radha Nila. We apologize for our our absence for the last few months, but we have something really, really exciting to share. Would you like to say a few words, Radha, before we get started?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. We have missed you, but we're back and better than ever. I'm live here from Costa Rica, and you are coming from.
I'm from Israel. I'm in Amirim, and the weather's amazing. So yeah, Costa Rica, Israel, and wherever our listeners are from, it's an international event.
Yes, we've taken some time to put together a really special event for you all. We really tuned in to what the collective is calling for, the feminine collective, and something that we tuned into was writing from the womb, because we're both writers. And Gila, you might want to share a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, thank you. I assist women primarily to heal through writing and intuitive writing, and especially from their heart and their womb space. Especially women who have been through chronic trauma, and such as domestic abuse
Mhm.
or sexual abuse. And I've found that when we can go deep and really witness and honor each other in this process, something really magical happens, and we really are able to surrender to our true power.
Mm. Yeah, having a sacred witness makes all the difference too, and being in a sort of a sacred container, having some kind of a sacred container, whether that be a writing coach that you work with, or joining a group, of other like-minded people, where there's sort of some guidelines that help move you through the process so you don't get stuck in your own head. you know um my background is in healing as well, energy healing, and I'll publisher at a publishing house, and curating collaborative books. And I love working with writers because you know people say, "Oh, I'm not a writer," but there's a writer in everyone. And sometimes we have to go a little deeper, and sometimes we have to be held in these sacred spaces. And sometimes we even need to write from the womb, which is what we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, I think that it seems like, how do we write from our womb? How can it come from there? What would you like to share about that, Radha?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the past few years, I've been really getting into womb work, from healing the womb, the voice of the womb. The womb is a sacred vessel, it's a portal of pure creativity. And, we have to harness that energy for ourselves, because there can be a lot of energy leakages with womb energy. Learning how to cultivate our own sacred space within ourselves, learning how to meet the wounds in the womb, and even ancestral wounds that live in the womb, because we inherit the wounds of our mothers and our grandmothers, and things that we don't even know. So in my journey through healing and writing and womb work, I've discovered that, wow, I have been carrying, many of my ancestors' wounds that stem in their womb. And so really getting in there and clearing it out, it is possible to do. And when you make space within your womb, you're able to start to cultivate what it is that you want to create, because people don't know they're walking around with all this clutter in their womb, or trauma in their womb, or blockages in their womb. But if that's a sacred portal, and it is a pure creativity, then we want to get to the root of it, and we want to start clearing that stuff out. I know that, we carry so much wisdom in our wombs, and sometimes we just need to remember and reactivate, and we will, because not only do we carry like the wounds which we can clear, but we also carry the wisdom of our lineages, of our ancestors through our womb. And so we can start to tap into that energy once we have, started to clear some space out. And it's a really beautiful, profound, experience, very cathartic. And the raw, real, the juicy, juiciness of who we are really lives in our womb. And so once we can tap into that, get out of your head, get into your womb, and that's where we're going to come forward and bring forward some of our most authentic work,
Yeah, I really hear you. And as you were speaking, thank you for sharing that. It's so profound. As a mother, I can say that my work as in clearing, my womb space in a variety of different healings, my own writing, the anthology I'm curating with a number of people as well, and my clients, is that as we clear our womb space, we help our daughters, we help even our sons to excavate any of that generational trauma that you mentioned, because our children carry it as well, regardless of their gender. And it's so important for us. I feel like I think we talked about this, right? We're the womb keepers, of our own womb,
Mhm.
but also of our future generations, either to come or have already sprung. We can still change that template. So, not to worry that, oh, I've already had the children, that means that. No, you always have a choice to change your
Mhm.
timeline. And
Mhm.
there are so many timelines to choose from. And I feel like when I've chosen my highest journey, I always see new opportunities coming forward, and it's because I've done the work and I'm continuing to do the work. Like even what we're going to be sharing with you today is something that we are also entering into this sacred space together to do more clearing with each other. So I think that is,
Mhm.
it's a collective clearing that continually happens.
It really is. It's like the 100 monkey kind of thing. And actually, this morning I had so many monkeys outside
Oh,
on the tree in front of me, and I'm like, no. But it's that thing where it just starts to sort of, as we activate, we actually can activate each other, and it goes out into the world. It starts to really create more space. And that's really, I feel like that's really what we're doing in this timeline that we're on, as many of us are doing, a lot of the work, and together and alone and on our journeys. And we're making space so that we can birth the earth that we want to live on, the kind of reality we want. And I know a lot of us are getting in there and doing that really deep work, and it's not always easy. It's not always, especially when you're doing it all alone. And so that's why we decided to come together and to curate an event, writing from the womb, so that we could really hold a sacred container, a sacred space where women can come into and drop into their wombs and learn different techniques, breathing techniques, healing, kind of clearing meditations and prompts to start activating that womb wisdom, to start the flow of creative energy, to unblock the root chakra, because so many times people get blocked. So yeah, it's so much more fun and loving, and a lot easier to work through when you have a sacred container to step into, and you get the love and get the support that we all need in different times, right? And so It's a really a celebration too, and we're gonna be writing together and inviting everyone to share their writing and participate in these ways.
Yeah, it's going to be a really exciting event happening at the end of August, the 27th and the 28th. It's a live virtual treat. We're both really excited to be offering this to you. And as Radha said, it's interactive. We want, we're asking you as well as we're asking of ourselves. We're being invited as a group to fully show up. To be prepared to come in with all of our selves, meaning there are parts of ourselves that we already mentioned, right, that are wounded, that are still healing. We can use different words about that, but that are just going through still a transformational process, and to just accept all of that as we step into this
Mhm.
container and
Yes.
allow ourselves to be healed and to be accepted for who we are.
So beautiful, Gila. Yeah, I imagine like blooming from the womb, like blooming through that root chakra energy and rising into our inner creative writer, really activating the writer that lives within through through this container and these techniques. So we'd love to invite you to join us. As Gila said, August 27th and 28th, we will be doing this live. So, please reach out. Are having a super early bird happening starting right now.
Yes, the super early bird, you can find out the information. There is a webpage and the details. It's an amazing, amazing opportunity to join right now until the 10th of July. Um,
Mhm.
and and that the pricing is all on our website, so you can take a look, and we definitely encourage you to get started. There is a short application process because we want to really we want to tune in to all of our participants and really feel that we can share that sacred energy, because I think it's really important to feel safe with people that we're
Mhm.
working with, as well as to connect on a deeper level. So we found that an application process would help us and help you to really decide if this is the right retreat for you, and if we're the right people to work with.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Gila. And it was so beautiful to connect with all of you again. And we've just exited the Mercury retrograde, I believe. And so things are starting to unfold after that, the journey and open up again. So much love to all of you. And we look forward to talking to you and hopefully seeing you at this event.
Yes, thank you so much, Radha, and thank you to all of you that have tuned in. And we'll be back soon. So if you have any questions, there are details in the webpage to contact us. Please feel free. And we're really, really excited to be offering this and to be doing this together. Thank you so much.